Hello, children. Let's be back to the lesson, The Lost Child. What happened to the boy when he was attracted by the roundabout? And he found so many people going around, men, women, children, everyone, and he also wanted to go. And he was just now openly told, the boy just told his parents, or you can say that he expressed very boldly the idea or his wish to go in a roundabout. But when he turned and saw, he could not find his parents over there. So, what happened we'll see now in the continuity. A full deep cry rose within his dry throat, and with a sudden jerk of his body, he ran from where he stood, and he started crying, looking here and there, to the right side, to the left side, front, back, everywhere. He did not find, and he started shouting, but the names of his parents. Now, mother, father, tears rolled down from his eyes, hot and fierce. His flushed means out of fear, and the cry mixed together, the face turned red. Was convulsed with fear. There is fear, as if every now and then the fear is seen on his face. Panic stricken, he ran to one side first, then to the other, hither and thither. This is the old usage for here and there. Hither, thither. In all directions, knowing not where to go. So that he did not know whether to go to the right side, left side, front or back, or here and there. Nowhere. He could not make out. So then, what happened? He started crying, father, mother. Wail means in a very painful manner he was calling. His yellow turban came untied and his clothes became muddy. So the turban very nicely, father tied a turban around his head for the fair. That is yellow in color. Now it is totally came down, and even his clothes turned to be muddy. Having run to and fro in a rage of running for a while, he stood defeated, his cries suppressed into sobs. Now he went here and there, wherever possible he was running, and any person is seeing that same kind of clothes he was running, and into his disappointment it was somebody else. So he went here round and round, but he could not find, and he stood in one place and he started sobbing. Sobbing, like that he was crying within himself. Okay. At little distances on the green grass he could see through his filmy eyes men and women talking. So the filmy eyes, what is the meaning of filmy eyes? What do you understand? So when your eyes are totally filled with water, you will not be able to see. You find a small obstacle or a curtain that blocks your vision. So he could see that people were talking, men and women were talking from distance. He tried to look intently means very closely, carefully. He was looking at their faces because they were men and women, in anticipation, in expectation, thinking that he would find his mother and father. So he was looking among the patches of bright yellow clothes. Many people, almost every one of them, the festive season came only with the colored dresses, bright colored dresses, and everyone almost the same. So he was trying to trace his parents among the yellow clothed people. But there was no sign of his father and mother among these people, who seemed to laugh and talk just for the sake of laughing and talking. That it seemed to him that the people do not have any work, only just simply talking and laughing. It seemed to him. He ran quickly again, this time to a shrine. Shrine means a small temple, to which people seemed to be crowding. That means where the people all started going towards the goddess. Every little inch of space here was congested. Congested means totally, fully packed, no space with men. But he ran through people's legs, his little sob lingering, mother, father, mother, father. Like that he was crying and growing among the people, making the just hovering, wavering himself or wading himself through the, not wavering, wading himself through the people, through the crowd, you can say. Near the entrance to the temple, however, the crowd became very thick. So it is quite common in the entrance of the people. Many people, temple, many people will be waiting to get in. So he found a crowd, thick, very thick means more and more. There is no place even for a small particle of sand to fall. Such closely packed near the entrance. Men jostled each other, means they started pushing with elbows, or they were just pushing each other. Heavy men with flashing, murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. So heavy men means very fat people. They had red eyes, fierce, cruel kind of look was there, and they were making their way. Okay. Hefty shoulders means heavy shoulders, big ones, strong and heavy. The poor child struggled to thrust away between their feet, but knocked to and fro by their brutal movements, he might have been trampled underfoot had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, "Father, mother." So, the people were, just now we came to know about a hefty shouldered man. Okay, and his eyes were fierce. Okay, there is an angry look. They were red. Very cruel look was there on his face. And now the boy was now going, and it was almost, he was in such a state that they would stamp him. He would die. But he immediately raised his voice at the highest pitch, loud voice. He started crying, "Mother and father." Otherwise, he would have crushed under their feet, or they would have trampled him. A man in the surging crowd heard his cry. Stooping with great difficulty, lifted him up in his arms. Somebody saw a kind-hearted man, kind soul man, good man, because everyone was there. There is a small child crying for the parents. None of them bothered. None of them looked at him. None of them asked him why he was crying. Each one was busy in their... See, this is the... nowadays, the people you find, they are quite selfish. They won't think about what is happening to others. Whether they are in a very bad condition, whether we should say this or not, whether we can do this or not, this kind of feelings, this kind of emotions they do not have. Only thing is priority given to self. Always mine, me, like that, I. So they did not bother, but a kind-hearted man, luckily he saw him, and with lot of difficulty. It was really very difficult for him to bring this boy out from the crowd. Somehow he lifted him in his arms. He has taken him, carried him. How did you get here, child? Yes, someone boy, my little boy. What happened? How come you have come over here? How is that? Whose baby are you? Now he's inquiring, asking questions. Where are your parents? How he came here, everything. The man asked as he steered clear of the mass. That means he was moving just in between the people. Maybe he just made his way through the crowds. The child wept more bitterly than ever now and only cried, I want my mother, I want my father. So now somebody was there carrying him, talking with a kind voice, tone, caring and trying to carry him and bringing him out. Then naturally he felt that somebody is there for him. Suddenly he remembered again his parents. So he started, I want my mother, I want my father. He thought that the man who carried him would help him out. The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. So now, did you see, my children? What all he wanted are going to come to him, and what he is going to do will be seeing in the later parts of the paragraphs. So now he took him, the boy, to the giant wheel, or you can say giant wheel or the roundabout. Will you have a ride on the horse? He very gently, in a very soft way, he asked him, would you like to go for a ride? As he approached the ring. Ring means the place where they may be making the people to get into that. The child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs, and he only shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. Now in a very shrill, loud tone, he just cried, saying that he wanted his mother and father. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. So now, roundabout is done. They have come to the snake charmer. He is playing the flute, still he is there, and the snake is dancing to his tune. Swaying, slight movement. Listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded. Come on, don't cry, my dear. See, boy, there, see. Snake charmer, how nicely he's doing. Listen to the music. Where parents never asked him that, but the man asked. But what did he say? The boy again. But the child shut his ears with his way. He was closing his ears like this and shouted his double-pitched strain. That means straining himself to the maximum. He tried to say loudly that I want my father, I want my mother. The man took him near the balloons. Roundabout, snake charmer, now balloons. So we are coming from behind. The order is last to first. Thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. Quieten, make him cool. Maybe he would stop crying. Okay, so he took him to the person who was selling the balloons. Would you like a rainbow colored balloon? He persuasively asked. In a quite understanding tone he asked, would you like to have the balloons? The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the flower seller sat. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put round your neck? Now he took him outside near the gate where the flower seller, the garland seller, was still there. So the man, the kind-hearted man, asked the boy, come on, would you like to have a garland? Would you like to wear it around your neck? The child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated, he again came back to the normal sobbing. I want my mother, I want my father. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. So finally he thought that this boy is not going to stop. So let me take him to the sweet vendor. So he went over there. He wanted to buy the sweets and give it to the boy. No, he liked the barfi and all. So he took him there. He thought that he could make the boy quieten by offering the sweets. Okay, would you like to have the sweets? He asked the child. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. So this is what the story about the lost child. So children, now I think you all understood that the pain of the boy, that is desperation. Desperate means hopeless and helplessness. When he suddenly came to know that he was lost in the crowd and he doesn't have any protection of his parents, the warm protection of his parents. Here the beautiful season was there, beauty was around, but now he is not in a mood to enjoy all those things. His mind is only on one word, that he wanted to meet his parents. When the fair he was filled with joy and seeing everything, the grandeur, and then he wants to stop near every shop and every stall, and he wanted to enjoy the colorful scenes. But every time the parents saw him lagging, they would call him back. They go on or keep on shouting his name. And child again alerted and he used to move forward. Now he lost the crowd. Constantly the parents were monitoring, but now the child totally lost him. The parents were also not there. So natural, the boy was quite attracted by all these things, but he found that there are no parents. He did not find him. So he was going on uncontrollably. He was shedding tears and going on calling. And there is a choke in his throat. Mother, mother, like that he was crying. Now a stranger, when he saw this boy, that he was lost, and he offered beautiful things, flowers, sweets and balloons, and the music of this snake charmer, everything. But he never accepted. He declined very firmly, strongly. He said no, as he did not find them quite attractive any longer, because he was not able to see his parents. So the little boy was eagerly waiting, eagerly waiting to meet his parents. He wanted to be with his parents. So this is the child's psychology, which is quite effectively, a child's psychology is very nicely depicted, very elaborately, and very effectively portrayed, shown through this simple incident by the author Mulkraj Anand. Okay. So now, what is that you are able to get? Can you just relate this particular story to your life? Yes, any one of you? Any one of you? So sometimes this kind of things we come across. Many times maybe when you were so young, your brother or your cousin, somebody lost, and you all went around and you searched. Come on, imagine and write a small incident in the form of a diary entry about your cousin who was lost in the exhibition. Nampally exhibition is there, no, industrial exhibition. And where it's such a vast area, and how finally you could trace him, and tomorrow you can show it to me. I'll be giving you marks for that. So don't think that I won't check what is written by you all. So now let us have some discussion over here. How does the author introduce the lesson? Can anyone tell me? Yes, the author tries to introduce the lesson with the spring season. Very good, my dear. And naturally in the rural areas of the India, people celebrate such kind of occasions with a lot of fun, fair and festivities. So now it is a very bright, colorful picture with neatly and very brightly dressed people who are walking, riding on horses, on the back of the horses, being carried by the people along the road. So the atmosphere was full of joy and laughter. Okay, so this was about the story. I think you all have understood the lesson. So let me just see whether you will be able to write. Okay, now let us see here what we actually come to know. There are so many things that we are going to know. Okay, that one thing I can ask you. How did the man try to soothe the lost child? Can any one of you write? Not any one of you, all of you write this. And one more question also I'll give. Compare the attitude of the child before and after his separation from his parents. Compare and contrast how he was before when he was with his parents and after he lost in the crowd. Okay, my dears, tomorrow I'll meet you all. Until then, bye bye. Good day.